We got home from a vacation to Mammoth Cave National Park close to midnight on Sunday. My parents were really tired from driving all the way to Kentucky and back, so I let them sleep in on Monday and went to make breakfast for myself. On the way downstairs, I stepped on something. It was hard and bumpy and rainbow-colored. "What?" I asked as I bent down to inspect it. Light from the kitchen window made it sparkle. I picked it up. It felt like a candle. I sniffed. It kind of smelled like a candle, but not quite. As I studied the red, orange, yellow, and green stripes, my sister Betsy tapped my shoulder. "You found unicorn poop," she said. "This?" I asked, holding out the waxy, colorful mound. "Yes," she answered. "That means a unicorn has been in our house." My sister reads books about magical creatures all the time. If anyone in the family was going to identify a unicorn, it would be her. "It's probably still here," she said, looking over her shoulder. Together, we searched for a unicorn. We didn't find one, but we did collect more multicolored lumps. "Unicorns are very special animals," said Betsy, cradling a hunk of blue, indigo, and violet. "They bring tons of good luck." That sure didn't happen. On the way to school, Betsy got struck by lightning. Her shoes were disintegrated, and she lost both her eyebrows. Not lucky at all. Then on Tuesday, after we came back from visiting in the hospital, my dad slipped on something turquoise blue and magenta. He fell down the stairs. 3 cracked ribs and 2 broken teeth. Very unlucky. That evening, I saw my mom hunched over her desk, staring at a pile of papers and forms and hospital bills. She looked really tired and worried. "I thought unicorns bring tons of good luck," I said. "Unicorns?" she asked. I held out one of the poops I found. It was yellow-orange, blue-green, and brown. My mom inspected the lump in my hand and picked out a small bit of paper. "Burnt umber," she read, and started to chuckle. I didn't get what was so funny. My mom began to laugh out loud. It was a combination of thinking something was hilarious and also being really tired and worried about everyone in the family having bad luck and getting hurt. She laughed harder and harder. "Mom," I asked, "are you okay?" She kept laughing. She couldn't stop. Then she bumped a glass of water with her elbow. Liquid spilled onto her keyboard and across her desk. It flowed over the edge and rained onto a power strip. Sparks flew. Her sleeve caught on fire, and she stopped laughing, and all the lights went out in the house. Our neighbor, Mr. Rosenzweig, walked over to complain about the noise. He let himself in, but a bookshelf accidentally tipped over in the hallway. It landed on his foot, and he limped home. Later, he came back to get his big toe. Then he left again without saying anything. Uncle Hayden came to stay with me while Mom, Dad, and Betsy all recovered in the hospital. He lives in a camper a lot of the time and travels around more than most people do. He always has something to say about animals and mysteries and things that can go horribly wrong. "Your family visits too many national parks and caverns," said my uncle. "So?" I replied. "Caves are cool." "They are," he agreed. "But sometimes things can follow you home. And look, now you're all getting blasted with bad luck." We were having terrible luck, that was for sure. "It could be a skrank or a gremlin," he told me. "They're really unlucky. Or maybe there's some type of jinx beast hiding in your house. The dark green ones play mean tricks on people. It's never funny. And then—" "Stop," I said, and held out a chunk of solid rainbow. "It's a unicorn." Uncle Hayden squinted at the red, blue, carnation pink, and red violet object. "It looks like Roxy has been eating your art supplies," he said. I stared at the lump in my hand. He was right. It wasn't unicorn poop. It was crayons, pooped out by a dog. "Roxy," I called as I searched the house. "Where are you?" In the den, a line of red, purple, and yellow blobs led across the carpet. At the end of the trail, I saw a tail wagging from behind the sofa. "You've been a bad girl, Roxy," I said, rounding the corner, and A strange creature knelt on the floor between the sofa and the wall. It looked like a little shriveled person dressed in some kind of animal fur. Its skin was dark green and lumpy like a toad's. Sharp-looking horns jutted from its elbows. I remembered how my uncle mentioned a jinx beast. The thing cradled my box of 128 crayons in its armpit as it fed them to Roxy, one at a time. Slowly, it turned its head and stared at me with huge eyes. The pupils were the size of quarters. Its wet, pig-like nose glistened. Its hairy, pointy ears twitched.
"Good luck,"
it whispered.
"You'll need it."